So before we started the show, we thought we would jump on and talk about this Kobe Bryant news. Now, obviously, we're an XFL podcast. We don't cover basketball, but I mean this news has rocked the entire sports world. And quite frankly, guys, I wasn't even a Kobe Bryant fan growing up, but this is just absolutely devastating. And it just seems like the more information that comes out, the more tragic it gets. Pastel, I know that you followed Kobe Bryant, and kind of like throughout his career, you became more and more of a fan of his.
Yeah, so towards the latter part of his career, I had so much respect for the guy because you could tell the passion he brought to the game, and that's just not the game of basketball, but just the game of life. And seeing that crash the other day, like my heart went out to him immediately, to his family. And then when you saw that his daughter passed away too, Gigi, at the age of 13, I'm not gonna lie, man, I started to cry a little bit. Just like my heart for that family and just the respect that he brings to not just the community, the basketball community, but just internationally, man. Like he is on every level, not just like he's respected on every level. And
Globally, Pastel, I don't know if there's anyone bigger than Kobe.
I don't
Yeah.
think there is. And it just hits home with everybody. I mean, you can see it days later. People are still just talking about him, Gigi, and the other seven lives that were taken that day. So I just pray for him. I pray for Vanessa, his wife. And I look around the XFL, kind of to see how they took it. And PJ Walker, the quarterback, or Philip Walker, the quarterback for the Houston Roughnecks, he even said, when you think of Kobe, you think of his fearless mindset and his ability to always be great every day. He taught me that your mentality can take you as far as you want to go. And the only thing standing between you and greatness is yourself. I mean, I thought that was very powerful coming from him. And honestly, when I think of Kobe, I think of someone that's very authentic, but at the same time, he had the killer instinct to go out there and accomplish whatever he wanted to go accomplish.
Yeah, I think when we think of Kobe Bryant, we think of the ultimate competitor, a guy who just his will to win, his will to carry the team on his back. This event is extremely sad. But through the last couple of days, it's really gotten me to kind of step back and think about Kobe and his legacy and what we can all really remember him by. And Riley, to your point, I think what makes him a little bit different than surely any other athlete that we've seen pass away, tragic or way before, way
Before his time.
before but before his time is his global impact. Everybody around the world knows him. Everybody in China knows him. Not only is he a successful basketball player, but he was an incredible father, and he was also an incredible businessman. So being able to kind of step back and take a look and identify his full legacy from not only his basketball career, but his personal life and his business life, truly a man to admire. So, just like Pastel, I echo, it's been a tough couple of days.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a lot more much we can say, but the Mamba mentality was universal, and that kind of transcended sports. Whether you're in business, whether you're in sports, whether you're an actor, or whatever, entertainment, whatever you're doing professionally, you could use his work ethic, what he talked about with the Mamba mentality, and bring that to whatever you're doing in your everyday life, and that's what he used to be as successful as he was. And yeah, it's devastating, man. You see the videos of him being a father and hanging out with Gigi at courtside, talking over games, seeing what she was able to do on the court and kind of where her career was, or where her path was heading. And it's just, there's just nothing you can say, man. And you talk about globally, we talk about the impact he had. Everybody who shoots something in the trash can, they're yelling Kobe or
Right.
to anything. That's what everybody else. Nobody else Jordan. Nobody else LeBron. They don't say anything else. They say Kobe. And so it's a sad day, man. There's nothing else. There's nothing you can say to make it any better, or we can say to
Right.
have any more of an impact. It's just bad. It's just bad all around. It's just tough.
Yeah. So I
Gless
kind
and
of asked
I,
it. Go ahead, Riley.
Gless and I were actually at the Defenders fan event when the news came down. We had just finished our interview with Cardell Jones, and I was going to get Rashad Ross, the wide receiver for the Defenders. And like right when I was walking up to him, I got a text from my brother saying, "Dude, Kobe Bryant just died in a helicopter crash." And I was like, "What?" And then I obviously went right to Twitter. And then like I broke the news to like Rashad Ross. Like the team was starting to get on Twitter, and like I was walking to the bus and talking to Rashad Ross about this Kobe thing, and like the whole team was just absolutely stunned. Like it's just something you never would have seen coming. Like I can't think of the last time that a icon from the sporting world this big died this young in such a tragic way.
Yeah.
And to go back to what Pastel originally said, I'm a father of 2 girls. So like, it's tragic enough that, we lost Kobe this way in such a freak way. But the fact that his 13-year-old daughter was with him, that's like what, gets me really emotional because like as a father and like, he had kind of mellowed out, like really, he always had that, go-getter mentality in terms of business, but like you saw the other side of Kobe where like he really took his parenting seriously, and you could tell like how much he cared and loved for his daughters. And like, he was so proud of Gigi, like you guys mentioned, that those videos where he's talking to her about basketball and just the promise that she had in her life. And I just can't even imagine, like, I know details are still coming out, but I pray to God that it happened quickly, because I can't imagine as a father the panic and fear that must have been going through his mind when, the helicopter was going down, and knowing that his daughter was next to him that was going to have the same fate as him. Like, that's what, like, holy crap, that's what gets me, man, is just thinking about what that moment must have been like for him if it wasn't, like an immediate thing. But I can't think of the last time that an athlete of this magnitude perished like this so early in life. Like for me, I'm a Marlins fan. So Jose Fernandez a few years ago, I was like legitimately like devastated. I never met him, never met Kobe, but like, those are the 2 times in my life where an athlete died at such a young age, and I felt like genuinely sad. And like, it's obviously really different circumstances, because Jose, he was young, he was being foolish, he was on the boat going really fast, drinking. So
it's unfortunate
that, it's unfortunate. It's super sad, but like, this is just like, he was taking his daughter to her basketball game. Like, and he took a helicopter everywhere, which was pretty baller, by the way. I didn't know that he did that till I was reading about it after. Like, he would take helicopters everywhere. So it wasn't like this was, one-time thing. It was like a frequent thing for Kobe to, fly in a helicopter to places. Just hearing that he was taking his daughter to a basketball game is absolutely freaking devastating to me.
Anyone who's watching this and hasn't seen the video of Shaq and the TNT crew talking, go and look at it, because Shaq has some really good stuff to say, and I think he had some really good advice and wisdom for people to hear. And that's all I really got to say is if you haven't seen that, go watch it, because it rings true.
It sucks for everyone involved, and everyone has a different way to deal with it. So let's respect the way people deal with it. Let's not judge how people deal with it. I do ask everyone kind of right now, let's just take a moment of silence, take a prayer. And everyone out there listening, let's take a moment of silence and pray for Kobe, Gigi, and everyone involved into that accident.